How's it going, everyone, and welcome to the first top 5 on my YouTube channel. So today's going to be top 5 YouTubers you have to be subscribed to. Before we get into it, I'd appreciate it if you like the video and subscribe, only if you enjoy the video. Also, this isn't a top 5 best YouTubers, as I feel that's quite a personal thing, especially, regarding on what genre you're into. So it's just going to be top 5 YouTubers I think everybody should be subscribed to, regardless of what they enjoy and consume on YouTube. So let's get into it. So in at 5 we have the best vlogger on YouTube. It's the only one I personally ever watch, and that is of course Casey Neistat.
To the haters, the doubters, my 7th grade vice principal. To everyone who's ever told anyone with a dream they can't. This video's for you.
So with just over 7.6 million subs, he is no doubt the best vlogger on YouTube. While he may have stopped the daily vlog, his videos are still insanely well edited, high budget, and he clearly puts hours into his videos, both planning and editing them to ensure they're the highest quality they possibly can be.
Do what you can't, because that idea encapsulates everything I've ever done. Like when I wanted to move to New York City and my dad was like, you can't, you don't have any money. Or when I first said I wanted to make movies and it was, you can't, you didn't go to film school. I want to have a TV show. You can't.
His smooth transitions, film quality camera work, and carefully chosen music all come together to make some of the best videos you will see on YouTube.
This new generation of content creators and filmmakers, what we all do on YouTube and everywhere else is we do what we can't.
He doesn't have an editor, he does it all himself, and he's just really talented guy, and he's just an everyday guy. So if you aren't subscribed to Casey, I say you do it immediately. You're seriously missing out on the best vlogger on YouTube.
You have a talk show, but you have a webcam and you can.
What's up, you beautiful bastards?
What? This is my first YouTube video ever.
Next thing you know, you're interviewing the president.
I heard that you're going to be out of a job soon.
Well, maybe I'll start a YouTube show or
That's what
something
I'm
like
thinking.
You can't fly around New York City on a magic carpet, but get your electric skateboard, some PVC pipe, a great outfit, give Jesse a call, and you can.
What do you think? In at 4 we have the best source of YouTube drama. So that is obviously Drama Alert.
What is up, Drama Alert Nation? I'm your host, Keller Keepstar. Let's get right into the news.
Whether you hate or love Keemstar, it's undeniable that Skess doesn't even compete with Drama Alert. With his daily news shows, he covers all of the drama taking place here on YouTube from both big and small YouTubers.
Pornographic video to Tessa Brooks' channel. Now the video was only public for about a minute, but I have to inform you that it's not a Tessa Brooks sex tape. We reached out to the hacker Snell asking, is there a Tessa sex tape?
He takes a mostly unbiased view and often has interviews on his show to ensure that he gets all the information before making any conclusions. If you can forgive Keemstar for some of the bad things he's done and said in the past, Drama Alert is a channel you have to be subscribed to if you want to keep up with the latest YouTube drama. He's had some controversial issues in the past, accusing people of things they haven't done.
Was trying to hook up with a 13-year-old girl from France, alright? That he was technically like a pedo or a weirdo or something, right?
If you can get past that, he really is the best source of news on YouTube, so definitely go subscribe to him. So in at 3, it has to be the best social commentator on YouTube. That's, of course, H3H3 Productions.
Welcome back, guys, to yet another episode of Ethan and Ela. We are delighted to have you with us. Today we've got on deck a classic reaction video by one of our favorite goofsters, gaffsters, laughsters, and pranksters, and a literal prankster of all time. Ock TV, otherwise best known as Cock TV.
Well, I'm sure you're all familiar with H3H3. If you aren't, here is what his channel is all about. So, H3H3 Productions is a commentary channel run by Ethan and his wife, Ela Klein. They talk about political issues and social issues, as well as cover trending topics in both media and YouTube.
What was that intro?
What is his face? Why is his name Ethan?
Why does it feel like they just killed someone?
What?
Can we watch it again?
What is he trying to express with his face right now?
Oh
is he
my
trying
God.
to save my kids or fucking murder, rape them?
Let's watch it again.
What's up, guys? I'm Mo Bradbury. I'm Ethan Bradbury. How would your children react if there was a house fire?
Why you point at me? What's with the point? Why are you so aggressive? You're trying to save my kids from a house fire.
Every video they make is hilarious, and no matter what the video is about, I almost find myself clicking on it. Even if it's a topic I'm just completely not interested in at all, I just know that they're going to make it an enjoyable video to watch. Their videos truly appeal to everyone, and that's without even mentioning his podcast, the H3 Podcast. On the podcast, he has fellow YouTubers, as well as the occasional celebrity, people like Post Malone, and he just really talks to them. You know, he's even had his parents on, which I think is great, because you really get an insight into their lives. So they range between an hour to a couple of hours, and honestly, they're some of the best on YouTube. You know, if you're not subscribed to H3 Productions, you truly have to be to be a fan of YouTube, so please go sub to him.
On our YouTube channel, Ethan and Mo Bradbury.
I'm Ethan Bradbury.
And subscribe and follow us on Snapchat.
That will save your kids' lives, not these bozos. They can't even help themselves up a fucking ladder.
At number 2, we have a somewhat surprising entry to some people maybe, and that's the True Geordie.
What's going on, everyone? It's the True Geordie back again. And Newcastle United have been relegated. Now fuck off and leave us alone. At least that's what I feel like saying. I know I've got to talk about it. I know I've got to do the video. I don't want to let you down on that, but you know, I'm just sick.
Now, I guess some people could say this is my own personal opinion, but I truly think that he runs the best podcast on YouTube, second only to the king of podcasts, Joe Rogan. So, some people won't know who this is, and I fully understand that because he should have millions of subs, but he only has 500,000 subscribers. Of course, that's no mean feat, but you know, you may know him as a football rant guy.
Of all people, how could they fucking do this? We couldn't even beat Aston Villa just to take it to the last day, and then we fucked ourselves. We actually let Sunderland smash Everton and have them have the glory of putting the final nail in the coffin. Really? Could you? Is it not bad enough that they can laugh at with for the back to back fucking wins over?
He's no longer that anymore, and he truly he's just an honest and raw person, and that's what his podcast is all about. It's just sitting down, having a conversation with people, a genuine conversation, finding out things you never knew about people.
Yeah, great. Welcome back to another great highlights video of Brian and Lawrence looking through the internet's dross. On this week's show.
It's the True Geordie 2 YouTube channel.
You know, him and Lawrence get the most out of people, and they've had some great guests, the likes of, you know, KSI and FIFA YouTubers, stuff like that. You know, Will Any, some great YouTubers, and you just get stuff out of them that you would never get on their channels because they censor themselves. They've also had some great guests like an ex-undercover policeman who was taking down drug gangs, an ex-drug addict who injected himself with heroin 40 times a day, and also Nick Yaris, who was wrongly accused of murdering someone, and he was on death row wrongly for years and years. And they're all wonderful, wonderful podcasts. So you're quite lucky if you've never seen one, because it means that you can go back and watch all 50 or so of them now and experience them for the first time. And I regularly go back and listen to old podcasts, because whether it's just Lawrence and True Geordie, or whether it's Lawrence, True Geordie, and a wonderful, wonderful guest, you know, it doesn't matter if you don't know them, because you don't know the guests, because you'll find yourself thinking about them, especially Nick Yaris. That's a podcast which I recommend everybody goes and watches or listens to. It's truly wonderful. So if you've never seen a True Geordie podcast, definitely go to True Geordie's channel and listen to some podcasts, and I'm sure you'll really enjoy what he has on offer. So I recommend you go and do that.
I just find him entertaining.
I don't find him entertaining. I find him thought-provoking.
He's the Arsenal fan TV of conspiracy theorists. Do you know what I'm saying?
I mean, I imagine that...
I watch him, but it doesn't mean I agree with everything.
Sure.
These people are not freaking humans, okay?
Right.
Hillary Clinton is a goddamn demon.
I really want to see him argue with Ty.
So at the number 1 spot, we have the best news channel on YouTube. And for me, that's Philip DeFranco.
Sup, you beautiful bastards. Hope you're having a fantastic Wednesday. Welcome back to the Philip DeFranco Show, and let's just jump into it.
You know, he's simply the best unbiased news channel on YouTube, really. You know, whether it's YouTube drama or it's a big news story, he covers it in the most unbiased way possible, you know. He gets the viewers involved on his weekly Friday show, where people leave comments to express their opinions, and he puts them in the video, says, I agree with this, I disagree with this. And that's really the only time where he gives his opinion.
You beautiful bastards. Hope you're having a fantastic Friday. Welcome back to the Friday Show. For those of you that are new here, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I talk about the news, world events, and then Friday, it's all about the conversation. I go back through the past week of videos, I see what you're saying, and I reply back. I think it's great to have a news show, but what's the point unless you're having some back and forth?
With the exception being his deep hate for Donald Trump, which I think a lot of people have anyway, so that's his only real political bias, in my opinion. You know, maybe you get a hint that he swings more to the left, but, you know, I guess nobody really knows. He isn't like the Young Turks who just ridiculously left, and he isn't like InfoWars that are just ridiculously right and they just, you know, have biased news stories. He's nothing like that. He's not like CNN, he's not like Fox, he's not like BBC. He doesn't have political bias, and I think that's just really good, you know. People get the information rather than skewed information with what they want to hear. You know, he looks at every news story and evaluates the evidence before coming to a conclusion at the end, and I think we need more of that. He's also an extremely likable person that just oozes charisma. You know, what more can you ask, really? If all of this sounds good to you, you should definitely go and subscribe to Philip DeFranco.
I'll probably stumble. But we have to actively try to not be guilty of it, and when we are guilty of it, catch it. Then, on the Trump news story, Tired of This Shit, which by the way, fantastic name, wrote it's a 1-minute video on Facebook once a week to highlight his accomplishments. Donald Trump is not shoving opinions down your throat. He's not taking over the radio or airwaves. Give me a fucking break, Philip.
So that's the end of the video, guys. Thanks a lot for watching. I've put some links in the description of all the channels I mentioned today, as well as a couple of True Geordie podcasts, which, you know, they're my personal favourites, but I think a lot of people enjoy them. So, if you really enjoyed the video, please like, subscribe, and leave any video suggestions, or even just your opinion would be great, in the comments below. So, you know, any opinion is welcome. Thanks a lot, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.